For their first game, Mundfish did a good job with Atomic Heart. But did I like the game? Sadly not. Despite the similarities with Bioshock, I wouldn't call it a copy. It definitely felt like a tribute to Bioshock, but sadly they failed to capture the magic and essence of Bioshock. Atomic Heart is set in an alternate history Soviet Union, a utopian superpower where robots have replaced most manual labor. Dmitry Sechenov is the scientist behind the technological breakthrough which made the robots in the first place. The system is called Collective, which allows for robots to be controlled under one network. In present day 1955, Sechenov is planning to roll out an update for the Collective network, which would allow humans to sync and control robots with their thoughts. You play the character of P3, an agent with memory loss who was saved from a life-threatening injury by Sechenov in the past. P3 is invited by Sechenov to ensure a smooth launch, but things don't quite go as planned. A robot uprising begins, setting the rest of the story in motion. What I thought was going to be a good narrative-driven communist Bioshock ended up being one of the most disappointing games I've played. The overall setting and lore is good, no doubt. But what truly ruins this game is the horrible dialogue writing. P3 is one of the most obnoxious characters I've seen in a game with absolutely no character development whatsoever. None of the characters were memorable in any way. P3 has an AI partner named Charles that's attached to his glove. I couldn't stand listening to the two of them talk. There is an AI upgrade station named Nora that you come across who is overly sexualized for absolutely no reason at all, except to provide fan service, I guess.
I'll show you what real smut feels like.
The pacing of the story was also terrible, in my opinion. It is so sad that writing is terrible because the world and environment is spectacular. The game has some open world elements which I feel like they could have skipped, but it's not too bad, just tedious. But yeah, with how gorgeous the world is, I feel like there was a lot of wasted potential. As for the combat, it's very similar to Bioshock. You have your guns, then you have your abilities thanks to your AI glove. There are quite a few variants of weapons, but you do need to find blueprints for them and then craft them with loot that you find from killing robots. Even if you want ammo, you have to craft it. You want to upgrade and customize your gun? More crafting. There are energy weapons that don't use ammo, and to charge them up faster, you need to do melee attacks that don't feel fluid at all. There are a lot of ways to experiment with elemental attacks too. The combat felt terrible at first, but it definitely gets better with time and upgrades. I can say for sure that Bioshock, a 2009 game, had more fluid combat. You also have a variety of glove abilities available. Again, you have to loot resources and use them towards the ability you want to unlock. The system for guns, abilities, and character upgrades felt like a hot mess to me. The enemy variety isn't the best, but that's okay keeping in mind the setting. There are a few puzzle elements in the game that were decent but got repetitive after a point. The redeeming aspect of the game was the soundtrack. I absolutely loved it. I thought I was hearing Mick Gordon's work, and when I checked later, it was actually him. Automatic brownie points. Apart from the original tracks created, even the curation of the other soundtracks was amazing. I didn't play the DLCs, I just couldn't bear to put myself through more bad writing. In an alternate universe, if this game was completely silent with no dialogues, I may have liked it. Despite my negative review of Atomic Heart, I do hope to see what Mundfish comes up with in their next game because they definitely have the potential to be a really good studio. For their first game, it really wasn't bad at all. They probably just need to hire better writers. I'm really glad this game was on Game Pass, otherwise it would have been an instant refund from my side. If there's any game you want me to try, do let me know. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe.